Alfred of Wessex seeks to unite the Isles under one banner.
Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Thrones of Britannia. Last time around we defeated the Borg, so we're at peace now, except of course for the Viking invasion down south. And as we can tell, and as we probably saw in the last episode, we were unable to stop them, and they are now laying besiege to my capital. And they have elected to go over. I'm not entirely sure why they went with going over this area, because they actually could have gone over here. As we see, they do have two of these battering rams, and seemingly they've put quite a lot of effort breaking down this part of the wall. It's a little bit strange when you lose towers and stuff, when the enemy hasn't really had brought any siege equipment. That they would have given this kind of prolonged siege damage to the walls and stuff. So I think that probably should have been made so that it would only occur if the enemy actually did bring siege equipment, not just them laying siege to the town. With that said, let's go ahead and start the battle. So my plan is, we want to keep them outside for as long as possible to utilize the fact that we've got a great big tower that can fire upon them. So we really want to keep them here as long as possible, but I'm not going to send out the important forces. So what we're going to do is we're going to send out the spear throwers, which I'm hoping to actually hide down here, or maybe there, and then once the enemy is clumped at the gate, they can come up and throw spears behind. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sacrifice the spearmen, which are part of the garrison, so it doesn't matter that much, and just hold them in front of the gate. So that's the plan. We're gonna have the spearmen run out there. We're gonna have the large spear throwing unit run over there. We're gonna have the three small ones run over there. And I'm not entirely sure, but if my archers could set fire to that thing, actually it's probably better if they actually do get through here, because if we manage to set fire to that, they would have to go around to get these to actually initiate the siege again. And there is, I see, points over, but that would take forever to get there. So let's see the javelins. Oh my god, you idiots. Javelins. On the double. You absolute morons. Right, this plan might not actually work because the javelins decided that, I mean, if you saw the pathfinding, they were actually going to run out this gate, run all the way in this way to get to there, rather than go out the main gate. Which seems just a tad foolish. Shield castles and fire your arrows. Right, the spear throwers are... Oh, what the hell are you doing? Why did you do it like that?
Awaiting orders.
I like how for some reason this unit decided to turn on its side. Right. I think we're gonna try to focus in on some of the weaker units. So long axe unit is turning up. It's a perfect target for the archers compared to the other forces that are attacking. Oh, we got cavalry unit. Archers. Focus in on the long axes. I doubt that my spearmen will hold for too long. The Viking force is rather veteran, and yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Oh, Commander just took that guy's head off. Very nice. Hopefully these guys hold long enough. Okay, so repeated charges against these spear throwers. So clearly that part of the plan didn't work, but these guys,
The men are broken and running for their lives.
seems to have actually worked. So they're hiding over there. So once the enemy actually break... Ooh, look at that! The Vikings don't give a shit. They just push that straight through the unit. And yeah, it's probably not long before that unit gives up. What I need to do is... Where do we have the general? Can you, like...
It's
Just-
a rout. Our warriors flee
It's
the
too
battle.
late anyways, but you can give a little bit of a bonus for that one unit that still stands. But the other ones... it looks like they were almost cut down to the man. I hope at least we took care of those long axes. Right, there goes the gate.
Swordsman.
We'll send our spearmen forward, followed by our things.
Chains. Get them. Swordsman.
So the important thing here is to make sure that we've got enough people on the gate that we continuously pour oil down upon them. But because we have seen how devastating that is. Oh, we're losing the gate actually. We're gonna have to send more men in there.
Quick march.
And quickly as well.
Quick march.
I don't want to lose the gate and I don't want to lose the tower. Right, archers. Focus in on their archers. Ooh, we're still losing though, even though I put more or less all my army in there. Oh, we're getting it back, we're getting it back. But only just barely. I'll have to send in everyone to stand there to make sure that we hold that. The archers on the wall. They're doing their job, hopefully. Shooting down the enemy. And the oil burning the enemy. They're gonna have a difficult time getting through. Once the enemy skirmishers are dealt with, I can bring up my spear throwers. Ooh, we're burning them. Okay, bowman. That unit's about to give way, so
See, they flee before our
we will
might.
focus on the other archer unit. We've got some of the enemies retreating. Let's see if we can get the spear throwers up here to aid.
We've broken their spirits.
Oh, and we burn them. Burn them alive. Let's see, my spearmen, are they coming close? All my archers are out of arrows at this point. Don't think it mattered that much. I would not want to be standing here with the rest of these idiots. The thing is though, the Vikings, as we could see, quite a few of those units have silver chevrons. So they're very veteran units. What I'm thinking actually is they're getting tired and my spearmen getting tired.
Enemies beware.
We'll draw the men back,
On the double.
or at least the ones not fighting right now anyways.
Quick march! Spearmen! Thanes! Run, warriors!
And then
Javelins!
I want the javelins over here, except for one. We'll tell one to go over there.
Javelins!
2 of them will turn up in the back and shoot the enemy in the back. And then basically I want to kill all of these. I don't want to just have a few of them. Okay, so they've taken the gates. Now I want the spearmen to retreat. We're gonna let the enemy in. And at this point the enemy is of course very tired. And as we let them in, I will tell my men to focus in. And we'll surround them inside the castle. And there's gonna be no way for them to escape. And you can see them routing now as I let them in. Take a look at the commander. Oh, there's their king. You can kinda see the guy with the crown there. Right in the middle. Can someone get rid of that king? Or that Viking lord? Oh, there he goes. By Jesus, we won! So this is good and bad, I should say, because obviously the general that was able to win this battle, which he won within 10 minutes. I thought that the siege battle would actually last a little bit longer. But he is of course in line to the throne, but from Alfred's brother. So he is a possible threat to Alfred's son.
Javelins! Attack from range! Deploy ranged attack!
Make sure that these guys... I'm imagining there's basically nothing left of this army. The one unit, the one sizable unit that was able to get away was 41 Viking archers. So not that spectacular. I think we can count a lot of the victory in this battle due to the fact that the enemy decided they were going to go just through one gate and they thought they could smash their way through. And then once I let them through, remove these guys back. Once I let them through, they were so tired because they were all just standing and waiting here and fighting and dying that once I let them through, we quickly just surrounded them and killed them all. And where's the king? There he is. There's the king. Or Viking chief, whatever you want to call him. Right, let's go back to the campaign map and take a look at what's going on there. And here we have the battle result. The Vierns, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that. They managed to... Ooh, this one got a lot of chevrons. 5 XP. That's a lot. And we can see that the enemy force was very experienced as well. A lot of there had level 4. And some even had level 5. So they were a very, very dangerous force. However, we were able to block them off and then just tire them down and cut them down once they came inside. You cannot see the garrison units, but I guess they stood for a lot of the actual damage inflicted on the enemy. As I'm looking at these statistics right here, 1,000 men still remaining, and I imagine that the enemy only 63 remaining. So we can definitely say that a Viking horde was dealt with. The sounds of Hjalnarhorn. And there's actually one unit left. And seems like we're going to have to go and chase that one guy down. But we're going to take on these warriors. And it seems someone else has destroyed another Borg. Borg has died. And there's Nordman with Hjalnar Horn. Died. He gained, I believe this is the Lord they just fought. He gained Hospitable, 1 influence. So he has 7 influence, which is quite high. And only 3 loyalty. Because he's been disinherited and one of his trains. He's going to, however, have to chase down this army, which I guess this is a new general's unit. General Magnus is taking control. And they're raiding our countryside.
By the numbers.
They're trying to ride away, but I imagine... Oh, we don't actually get support by Devon, even though he's just on the other side of the forest. We're gonna go ahead and out-resolve this one, and we're gonna be aggressive to make sure that we get rid of all of them. Thank you though, Devon and Orda, for coming to our aid. Orda is a valuable servant of ours. We'll have to repair this due to the siege.
No.
And well, so far Orda hasn't actually fought for us yet. With us now controlling... Oh, there's a risk of rebellion? In middle angle. So we'll have to... The king has the double back. There's no threat down south. And with him present, it actually staves off the risk of rebellion. So I guess we need to... You know what I could do? A decree. There's a decree which... Let's see. Faction allegiance plus reduction public order for other allegiance. This is something we can do. It will cost me though a lot of gold and 1 point influence. It will last for 10 turns, however. How much influence does the king have currently? It says 10 here, but you can have a lot more than 10. So right now we can see Estelles and stuff held gives him 7. And then he has base influence is 1. Characters and offices gives 11. And events and external influence, meaning he has 20 influence. Which is, there's no risk of him or anyone overtaking him, which I think then we can go ahead and swiftly enact this great decree. 1 minus influence for Alfred, but that means there will be quickly turning this province allegiance to our side. It isn't actually that bad in terms of allegiance, but I'm guessing we'll have to increase public order in some way. Do they? I guess they're actually more dislike us more because of the iron mine. That's giving more unhappiness than the allegiance. As we can see, they already have 68% towards us. So I imagine this goes for a lot of these places that actually have, since this is land we have lost to the Viking invasion. But yeah, I think now is the time to go ahead and plan how we're gonna help out Mercia, which is nowhere to be seen along this here, because they've all gone, but they've were resurrected as a rebellious force, but they're already losing this because they're under siege. However, I think that there's no time to waste.
The men have trained for this.
What ways can I attack? We're gonna have to take on the Welsh pretty darn quick. I have one force over here. They'll move to Chippenham. And then they can stop there possibly and go, well, go directly there. We need to like quickly move against them. Now the Welsh, I imagine, are pretty strong. Take a look at these guys. So these strength 24 and these guys are 5th. So it's a pretty strong alliance. Plus they've got some extra, but I'm hoping that we can avoid going to war with everyone. So if I go over to, and we're gonna do it this way.
Is most welcome.
We're gonna join war, Mercia, and we're gonna join war against the Welsh. So there's the main Welsh, and then there's the two smaller factions. So this one over here, and this one. This one has strength rating 35. This one has, I don't know. Or, oh, it's Mercia that has 35. We cannot wait. Once they've actually completely defeated Mercia, we will be on our own against them, and they will be on the border. So I think it's better to attack now than to wait. And we are, of course, we're strength rating number 1. So let's see if we can take some money out off Mercia before they die. I will demand 300 for this, and they deem it sufficient. I'm not gonna risk any more money because, or maybe I do. How about 600? They find that sufficient as well. How about 900? That's also sufficient. How about 1200? That's insulting. Right, 900 then. 900 gold.
This is acceptable.
Right, so now I am at war with all the Welsh. And hopefully, the thing is, my peace agreement with the East Angles is coming to an end. That treaty of friendship, their strength rating 6, dependable in the fight and aggressive. However, as we can see, they're pretty happy with us. They're improving. They're gonna jump up from neutral to, I guess, a little bit happy, because they're gonna go from 17 to 34 in happiness. The thing is, though, the treaty is only gonna last 2 more turns. Skill available for Athelhelm, so the general that held down here. What personality trait is actually giving him minus? Talented gives him minus loyalty. We're gonna give him another point of priest, I guess, so that he becomes more loyal, to make sure that he stays loyal. He is virtuous, and he's got the trait of example, so he preaches about moral stuff, which means that he has a 50% chance of not getting children. So anyone supporting his claim to the throne might as well just throw away their allegiance. And with that said, we're gonna end turn and see what the enemy comes up with. And so there is the end turn, and another Borg falls to the ground, gets killed off. Myrborg this time. What? Morality of bees? What's this? Morality of bees? No, not the bees. Morality of bees. What's this? A small yield of honey this year indicates that the number of beans have been declining. Why this has happened is anyone's guess. Minus supply from in foreign territory, all armors. Minus supply in own or allied territory. And minus 50 income from farm. That's quite high. Minus 50%. And obviously I should have probably checked beforehand what time of year it was, because it's not very great invading the enemy during winter. But we're gonna strike the first blow by taking this place, which looks to be a salt mine. We're gonna go and occupy it. And its allegiance is how they turn it rather quickly. However, with my new decree, we should hopefully be able to turn this rather quickly. And it wasn't actually a salt mine, it was a glass maker. Glass craftsman. King's army will move to the border and prepare to jump and take this place. Athelwald is a general of mine, which is the general that's right here. So I can give him, that's gonna give him 10 army for commanded unit and commanded No, commanded army, 10 armor, 10% armor, 10% charge for commanded army. He's a legendary general. And then my newest governor, which looks to be doing well. And we'll give him scribe. Looks good. So I guess we'll end turn once more and then see if about... this army definitely needs some more troops though if they're gonna lay siege to that town. They do not have a lot though.
We await your commands.
And the king's army, the thing is we don't know, there's no spies or anything, which is a problem. So I can't see where the enemy's armies are, which there's a high chance of us being ambushed. I'm also a little bit worried about some of the smaller Viking factions with 217 armies here in the back. I'm not sure what Northampton would stand against it. Yeah, there's nothing more to do, so let's go ahead and end turn and do one more turn and see if we can set up our forces against the enemy. So right in the last turn for this video, we've got Beodric, one of my governors, I believe. Or is it my general? No, he's only got... he should have had higher if he was the general. I think that's another guy, isn't it? I hope so. Yes, it is. So it's not the guy I think I'm of. Oh, look, a butterfly. Isn't that glorious? Rumor has it that one of your men has been distracted by his passions. While appreciating beauty is healthy trait in a man, his love is drawing him away from his sworn duties. Perhaps you should beat some sense into him before it's too late. Focus his mind, gives him minus loyalty, and gives him the trait of acrimonious, which I'm not entirely sure what that means, and I can't even check what it does, which is a problem. Focus his mind, the kingdom come first, which I lose an influence and he loses an influence. I'm not entirely sure. The thing is, what is this strength good? Is it bad? Because it's either this or 1 minus influence for Alfred, and 1 minus influence for Alfred isn't that bad, given that he has almost 20. But I cannot... I don't know what this is. Why can't it show me what this is? But I imagine it's bad, so let's kingdom come first. Oh, mission issued. When Alfred first took the throne of Wessex, he followed it up with a glorious victory over the great Viking army led by his victorious, the vicious barbarian Guthrum. Now it's time for us to finish the fight and permanently deal with... Oh, it's a... I thought, oh, that turned out pretty well. Eliminate East Angles will give Alfred 2 influence. So that's a quest we've got. It's just so great because I'm at war with the bloody Welsh bastards. And also I realized something. This force needs to be cut down to size just to aid Alfred's troops in the north and give more food. So I'm gonna remove the non-essential troops and the ones that basically shit troops were gonna be removed. And I realized that this guy actually gained some points. And I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna put... let's put some in generalship. Because he's a general after all. He did win a glorious battle. I don't know why I said it like that. Do you think I could take the town with just these men? I am worried I will not, but we will lay siege. Nonetheless. And I imagine I'm probably gonna try to lay this siege for as long as possible. So turns until supplies garrison starts 3 turns. They've got barracks, and I guess until they finally have to give up, it's 5 turns. And also the wall will reduce its strength each turn, just like we saw with the enemy. So that's hopefully that will work out. And then we have the king's army to march across this bridge and lay siege to this place. These will be able to hold that for much longer. I realize though it's actually Devon. No, it's not Devon troops. It's Welsh troops.
Attack me!
The king is probably within. He can probably just charge ahead. Giving him one more champion will give charge bonus and melee for commanded army. Commanded army. It's all actually for commanded army. I thought that was for commander's unit. Oh, commander's unit, commanded army. Right. It wasn't actually that great. Bard. It will increase. Scribe. Pillager. Minus morale in local province. That could be good. Because that means the garrison will have lower morale. But I think we'll go with champion. Just because Alfred, we need Alfred to have full points in champion, don't we? So we'll lay the siege there. We've got research available. But I think we're gonna go ahead and end it right here. And then for next turn, I should be ready to end the sieges. And so we'll have 2 sieges. Also, we need to give my vassals some points to attack. But I think I'm gonna wait until we actually have... Can I not go ahead and declare a co-target? Devon, are you not at war with... Devon is... It's got no enemies. Whoa! Oh, okay. I choose to join Mercia's attack on the enemy. But I didn't actually bring in my vassals by doing so. That was stupid. I should have just declared war on the enemy then. But let's see. I guess I can do a diplomatic deal and get Devon in and the others in. But with that said, we're gonna end it right here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!